Hello, trading is closed on June 15th, 2022. We always begin things with our disclaimer. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, the 16th of June, 2022. Remember, I can be wrong. All trades should be at your own risk. Well, today was FOMC day. The call was that we'd have a pattern with the early high, which we did, and tomorrow should have the early low. We looked for a large gap at the open and a prompt move outside yesterday's range. Trendless trading until the FOMC announcement, then wild swings that I couldn't predict. I said that sentiment indicators suggested that we would trade higher. Let's take a look at the MEJT signals from today. All these F's means the moves are false. False move in MEJT system means it'll retrace, and that's already played out. We've been looking at this weekly chart because if we don't recover Friday's close by this Friday's close, and that's still 100 handles higher, that's around 3,900 or so, close 3,900.86. If we don't recover this and we print a weekly candle like this, a bar completely under this bar, it is a failure. That's a break of support. Now we still have 2 days. Futures are up as I'm recording this. We could still fill the gap. But until that happens, even though we were under this Bollinger Band and are quite oversold, until that happens, the caution flag has to be out. Okay, here's what we said, a big gap, prompt move outside the day's range. Sentiment argued for the next move being higher, but I really can't predict wild swings such as the ones we had today. Well, we've had the volume spike. It was associated with a low. You really don't have to go higher than this. I'm not saying we won't, but there was a low in association with that, and it's not really obligated to go higher based on that indicator. Doesn't mean it won't. Well, I can count this as an ABC down, with this leg being completed. Doesn't break any rules, but there really aren't good Fibonacci relationship between these legs, and when they're not, I'm kind of suspicious that there might be more trouble coming. Doesn't make me right. When you look at the chart this way, the big rally today hasn't really accomplished anything yet. It hasn't recovered any of these lows, and certainly hasn't recovered any prior highs. So for now, at least, you're still consolidating within the range. Now, we did have a panic sell-off within the dates that Carol Ann's work indicated. Today was, it's within 3 to 6 days. So this could certainly be it. But the point I'm trying to make is if we don't go higher than this, that's not going to be it. We really have to go significantly higher in the next 2 days, or this isn't going to hold. Now, tomorrow's pattern has the early low, could still gap up. Typically, it's a rally day with a final hour high. If it's weak instead, more weakness tends to follow in subsequent days. The rally, strong as it was, couldn't close over intraday highs, even though we gapped up and hit higher highs. It's a negative pattern, but it's vitiated if we gap and promptly overtake today's high. Futures are up smartly as I record this, so it's quite plausible that that's going to happen. We got VIX and NASDAQ McClellan Oscillator Bollinger Band reversal buy signals. So accordingly, if the overnight gains are maintained, so likelihood tomorrow is going to close up but I can't come up with a wave count compatible with the recent collapse having ended. If we do rally from here, I think it won't go all that far till it fails and we undercut this low. Now, that can change. I mean, I try to do things a day at a time, and if we get a huge rally, overtake some of those lows, overtake some of those highs, fine, and this low could hold. But until we go significantly higher than we've gone, I'm suspicious that this is going to peter out, even though it might peter out from higher levels. So we gapped up, hit higher highs, the dotted lines to close under all the highs. For starters, we have to gap and promptly overtake today's high, or else we're going to see lower prices. Because futures are up, I think we will, but until we clear some of these prior highs, I think there's a reasonable chance this low is not going to hold, even though you might trade higher tomorrow. Tomorrow has the early low, and that's today's call.